Alright, welcome once again to HeroQuest fans. We're back. So if you're joining us on Twitch, this is live, twitch.tv/HeroQuest fans. If you're joining us on the replay on YouTube, it is not live. And we're just getting set up, so just getting started a little bit late here. Just double checking the positions of everything from last time. I always take pictures of the board at the end, but I always got to make sure it's as close as possible to what we had before. I say as close as possible because sometimes stuff gets missed or gets altered, but not in any malicious way, of course. So the less said about that, the better. So the real question is tonight, do we have heroes to play? So I will be in the Quest Talk voice channel for HeroQuest fans on Discord. And I think I saw, yeah, Hispa Zargon's here. And I think he's coming back, hopefully. Darkhawk said he couldn't make it tonight. And I think Strange Bus has got some other commitments, so he may or may not be with us a little later. Just got to grab a couple more pieces. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Welcome once again to HeroQuest fans. And I see Hispa Zargon HQ is here. Welcome back, sir. Good guy, good friend from the Yield-In community. Always has his hand in some great projects. And Hispa Zargon, I don't know if you are going to be playing or if you're just going to be lurking. Certainly lurkers have something to do. They can use their channel points to buy stuff for the heroes that are playing. We've got some openings for heroes here in the Frozen Horror. So you should be able to see the link to the Discord on screen there at the bottom. Oh, okay. No problem, man. Good to have you with us. Yeah, so while we're waiting for heroes, I can always show you what I'm working on. Because I'm always working on something. Alright, let's get rid of our intermission screens. And of course, shout out to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio for the awesome music, as always. And of course, El Weiler for the designs, the artwork there. Alright, so there's the quest as it stands right now. But of course, if we get some heroes in here, that will liven things up. Let's see here. Yeah, we've been using Ribby's Mentor Bot with its digital dice, which is pretty sweet. Just locating it here. There we go. All right, so here's what I've been working on lately. Let me switch over to the other camera. So yeah, I've been motivated. Of course, on our HeroQuest fans Discord, it's great because we always have people posting all their cool paint jobs and everything. And I've learned a lot about painting just from them. Of course, also from fellow Twitch streamers like Gareth Hreidmar, Wicked Mini Paintings, um, PSK Studio, of course, a few others too. Um, helpful folks offering pointers. Anyway, yeah, so I've got this new project where I'm going to be painting the entire classic Hero Quest, which is going to take. I mean, there's no time limit. I haven't put a time limit on myself, but yeah, these I couldn't bear to bring myself to actually paint the originals. So these are 3D prints. These are resin 3D prints, and I do have the originals. I have multiple copies of both the European and the well, I have one copy of the European set from '89, and a couple copies of the 1990 American version, one of which I plan to gift. But yeah, I have these and I've primed them in green. So I have, I'm not going to show you every single one, but I have orcs and goblins, of course. I have everything here. Now the ones for the Frozen Horror, I've already just gave them a wash and a varnish. I wasn't thinking I was going to paint them in full. I have some other 3D prints that are not resin, that are kind of chunky looking and not that great, but I think once they're painted up, they'll be serviceable. But the ones I've really been working on, so I took these 3D prints. That barbarian is suffering the consequences of glory. Yep. So this Fimmer is based on the rare one. It's a design very similar to the metal Oldhammer miniature from like the early 80s. I want to say like 84, 85, something like that. I thought he looks cool. He's probably the coolest looking Fimmer that I've found. But honestly, the HeroQuest Fimmer design I think is still the best. I've never seen one better, and it's very nostalgic for me. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But yeah, I decided to paint these. So here's what I have so far. I mean, they're not in the heavy metal style, like the Games Workshop style. So you can, I haven't done it that way, but I think they're still. I mean, this is like the best I've ever done, like from scratch. So you can see I'm doing um, different colors in the musculature, and I've got shiny chrome metal on the weapons, and you can tell right away what it's supposed to be. Doesn't look like a big green monkey. So we've got 3 of those, and they're all slightly different, subtly different. The original mini was a limited edition. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And I've seen metal miniatures of it online. I think they're reproductions. They're not even the original. So that one's super hard to find. But I mean, I painted a little eye on them, which I was particularly proud of. And yeah, it's a blend of colors. And I wanted to keep the base, that solid color, that green, so that you always knew. I mean, you can tell he's green, but that's the type of miniature. And the only other one that I've completed besides that is the Chaos Warrior. And I originally thought, okay, I'm gonna make him, each of them with different colored armor. Then I thought, do I really want a green one, a blue one, and a pink one? It's like, nah, I'll just do metallic. I mean, everybody does that, but I'd really like the way the gunmetal paint turned out. So that's what I've got going. And the only other colors really are on his axe, but I just think he turned out really well. So I don't know if I'm going to do more stuff with that or not, but yeah, I have a couple other ones I'm working on. These just don't have any detail on the axe yet, but yeah, working on them. Yes, Hispazargon, you certainly can. All you have to do is go into the voice channel called Quest Talk, and you can talk with us live if you want. So as you can see, I darkened the axe and gave it a shiny edge with the chrome, and then I painted the handle. Otherwise, it's just gunmetal. I suppose you could. I mean, the example that they have from Warhammer is red and green. I'm thinking of doing some type of armor that's like shiny metallic red, but it's hard to find one that doesn't just look like pink or isn't doesn't look like glitter. Because I want them to be tough looking, not necessarily glammy. Even though they look, the miniatures that they've painted, the examples I've seen look beautiful, but they just not quite what I'm going for. All right, yes. So if you want to talk with us live, go into Quest Talk on Discord. Quest Talk, it's under voice channels. Quest Talk for Twitch. Yeah, so I'm having a good time painting these. It's fun. Eventually, I will be painting like the mercenaries and the heroes. I think that's the main issue right now is differentiating the heroes and the mercenaries from each other, which when they're not painted, it's kind of hard to do because they all just kind of look red. Even though they're a different shade of red or they have a different shape of base, it's still hard for people with smaller screens to or worse eyesight to make them out. So that's why I've been using like the gray and the red for mercenaries, not just one color. And yes, I've painted the furniture already. And I'm working on painting these doors. These are 3D printed versions of the doors. And look at this. You'll notice it's not that much bigger. But actually, if you could, you can fit in, you wouldn't have to, but you can fit a lot of the miniatures through it. What gets in the way is that base. So not that it's that important. And I thought, well, I could put um, like a door on the doorway, but I'm okay doing it like that. Just got to print more of them. And these are just spray painted, most of them. But I mean, I've got all kinds of other figures. I've got the Wizards of Morikar. These are 3D prints, and I do have the originals, and the Ogre Horde, Heroes, Undead. Yeah, I can barely see that because it's whited out. Of course, the Frozen Horror ones, and the Mercenaries. Or more familiar. Yeah, I think it takes me about an hour to get one done. At the same time, cheers, Dead Gamer. At the same time, it's like once I get one about how I like it, doing them assembly line style, I can do the rest in a series. So once I do one goblin, I'm sure the other goblins will go quickly. One orc, the other orcs go quickly, and so on. And I really think that the classic miniatures are going to be easier to paint because look how open they are. It's not a dynamic pose. I mean, you can reach every part of the miniature without having to like reach around. Whereas, something like this, you got to kind of get in every nook and cranny. Or like this guy, you kind of got to paint in between the limbs and everything to try to get it all. Plus, it's not the bendy plastic, so I feel like a lot more stuff adheres to the paint a lot easier. Of course, I have primed these already as well. And I did get some experience painting those Fire Team miniatures, those 40K miniatures. And then before that, the 40K orcs I was working on. So I feel like I know what I'm doing now, but I mean, I'm not doing anything fancy. No contrast paints, no speed painting, techniques, no wet water, nothing like that. But, I'm doing washes and I do have some specialty brushes and things. So it's fun. Chrome pens.
Hi, Kurgan. Can you hear me?
Hey, it's Cispa Zargon. Welcome, sir.
Welcome. Hello, everybody. I don't
Hey,
know how many people is watching.
First time on the stream, live stream. Let's see how many we've got. Usually it's pretty small. Jartza and yourself, so just the three of us so far. Robert Corwin, you have a
Okay.
nice chandelier. Okay, thank
Was
you.
I was going to say you that those femurs look really good once they are placed onto the game board. So
Oh yeah,
I think it's okay, like you have them now.
they don't have to be perfect. They just have to be good enough.
No,
Well, yeah, I'm dealing with two things here. I'm dealing with, yeah, how good they look on the tabletop, and more importantly, how good they look on camera.
yeah,
Because,
I
yeah,
I think on camera they look really good.
I mean, this the miniature looks good, the board game plastic, but I mean, he looks more like a dark blob, whereas here at least, brings out some of the details. You can kind of be like, oh yeah, that's a guy with a tail and some kind of weapon, and it's kind of ugly looking, and he's green. That's all you need to know.
Sorry if you have explained it already in other video. I don't know, I don't remember now. But what do you think is easier for you painting those resin miniatures compared with the original plastic ones?
Well, because I haven't tried to paint any of the original plastics, I couldn't tell you. Um, I don't know. I guess the fact that I don't know with the reason people prime miniatures, I've always read it's easier for the other paint to stick. Which I don't know. I never really felt like that was a problem because as long as the miniature's clean, yeah, sometimes especially with like smooth areas that don't have any detail, like a cape or a sword blade or something, you're gonna have to maybe do a couple layers. But I don't mind doing that because I'm not using the really expensive paint that everybody else uses, like the P3, although I do have some of those, or the Citadel, or what's it, Model Color. I'm just using craft paints. But I have tried with these. I mean, I did prime them first, and it has been easier that way. But I guess it's going to be the same thing. Like you either prime the original plastic or you prime the resin. The resin is a weird kind of gray. It looks like dried toothpaste. It's the closest thing I can come up with. And so I guess it's really easy to see where you haven't painted because it's this glaring monochrome. So I don't know. I guess it's just personal preference. And some people like to prime in white or gray but I like these I primed in black. And the fact that when I put the gunmetal gray down, I mean it was a strong contrast, but you could tell like I mean if you put it on really really light it would just be like sparkly black, which looked cool, but then you put on more and then it's gray. So I don't know. I don't think it's
Yeah,
easier or harder, just it just is. But these, I mean the originals are very very detailed and these resin prints are maybe like a 1% less detailed. Like if you compare this to the original, I could grab one. You probably can't even tell the difference on camera. But let me just show you.
yeah. Maybe on the chainmail you can see some differences on the holes of the chainmail, maybe of the orc.
All right. Okay, so here's one that I repaired. It came broken.
Well, I used to my miniatures, the ones I have already painted. I used to prime them firstly in black, and
Hmm.
after that I used to prime them with white color from upwards.
Yeah.
Trying to get some kind of highlight effect from the beginning.
Hmm.
But honestly, I think it is not quite important if you will, after that, if you will paint them with not too transparent colors. Okay, if you use opaque colors, after all, such highlight effect is lost in much of the cases, in many of the cases. Okay,
Mm,
so I don't recommend it. Just painting them in black, I think it's enough.
yeah. There's so many different philosophies, and honestly, I think a lot of people really don't care as much about the finished product as just the process. They just enjoy the process, and that's fine. And then some people like to create the painted product and then put it on their shelf. They don't actually play with it. It's like that's cool too. Whereas I'm just about playing the game, but I thought it'd be fun to just kind of like experiment, teach myself how to do it, and then the side benefit is it's a little easier to tell some of the characters from each other on the board when we're playing.
Yeah. I don't care too much about painting. I'm
Yeah.
not too obsessed about it.
Well,
Well, you know how I paint.
it's okay, man. It's each to their own, and some people absolutely cannot stand it. It's like, listen, if you're gonna force me to paint it, I'm gonna pay somebody to paint it for me, or find somebody who will paint it for me. It's like, okay, and that's why I'm really glad when they released this remake of Hero Quest. It's like we got them in different colors rather than just everything gray. Like that would have, I think, and I think they lost some people with the HeroScape thing by doing that because that there was a game where everything was pre-painted out of the box, and whether or not people were going to paint them or not, I mean, you right away excluded all the people that weren't interested in doing that, and everything looked just really plain when they were used to that higher standard. Whereas with HeroQuest, it's like it started out looking like this, and yes, some people did paint theirs, but that's not where the nostalgia is for a lot of people. Yeah, it wasn't for me. Yeah. Hey, Robert Corwin. Sorry, I see you typing away. I have no talent in painting, he says. So I left my figures unpainted. Yeah, see, I was the same way. But I mean, I painted other things. Like as a kid, I had like dinosaur models and like Pinewood Derby cars that I painted, but I didn't paint board game pieces. Like that was never on my radar. And in fact, it was never even suggested because I had the US version. Like the European versions have all these like examples of painted stuff and all these like references in White Dwarf magazine. We didn't have any of that. So later I found out people did paint their pieces, but it's just like, nah, I don't want to do that. The original plastic is stiffer, yes. It's some type of styrene, I think. It's the kind where, like, if you were to bend one of these swords, you'd have like stress marks, white marks where it was bent.
Yeah, in my opinion, the original plastic was really good for that era.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's I think it's the same stuff that Games Workshop uses, and it's the same type of plastic that like model kits are made out of, or all the model kits I've ever
Yes,
seen, and
probably yes.
board game pieces too, but not always, because yeah, I mean Monopoly has metal tokens, and you either like my grandma had a set of Monopoly where the hotels and houses are wood, but then we had one where they were plastic, but that plastic was the same kind of plastic. It was just shiny. Let's see. Yeah, so it's easy to break, but I mean these figures are pretty solid. I mean if you step on this, the sword's gonna break, but the rest of them is gonna be fine. This will
Let me
survive.
tell you something. In my opinion, the plastic used on Hero Quest the classic, the original Hero Quest
Mhm.
was even a little bit better than the one used by Games Workshop on their miniatures for Warhammer Fantasy, for example. The first
Oh, really?
sets released in plastic for Warhammer Fantasy at the late 80s
Hmm.
was not as good plastic as the Hero Quest one, in my opinion.
Ah.
I have miniatures
Hmm.
from that era, from Games
Old
Workshop, and they are not
Warhammer.
they don't have such quality, in my
Uh,
opinion.
so maybe they were working on their technique because they started out with metal. Everything was metal,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think even lead. They even had lead in it still up to a certain point, and then they switched to plastic. So they must have still been working on it. And then you think in '89 they came up with a better one. I
yeah.
when I got Battle Masters, I thought the plastic for Battle Masters wasn't as good. It looked cheaper than the Hero Quest plastic. I don't know if that's just my imagination or if I just got a really beat up set or what for the
No,
figures.
I think you are right. I think you are right.
I mean, they had to create a lot more figures, and yeah, and yes, when you play Battle Masters, you're not focusing so much on like each little face and everything. You're looking at the bigger picture with the units and everything. And if one of your goblins breaks, oh well, you glue them back together and throw them back on the field. Whereas with here, yeah, if your barbarian lost body part, you'd be devastated. Okay, so
Yeah,
Robert Corwin said, I want to acknowledge some of the things he's been saying. I guess a white primer is a must. Looks great. Well, I've seen videos where people will prime it in black, then they'll prime it in white, then they'll paint it. And it's just like, wow, that's a lot. It's a lot of work. And another thing people like to do is they'll spray it with matte spray, whereas I like to varnish the stuff with um, this satin varnish. It's very, very shiny because look how it catches the light. It's just really cool, I think. It's like sweaty or in rain, but I don't know. I've also, when I was painting some of these, I would mix, like I would mix gloss paint with matte paint and come with like a satin finish. But I suppose with this, I mean, I don't want to get like fingerprints and oil on it. So I want to protect the color, so to speak. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I guess if I screw up, I can always just redo it with another layer of varnish. I was warned by several people that, oh, if you spray paint the stuff, you're going to lose detail. I really didn't though. But I mean, I put it on pretty light. I wasn't just like, just just glopping it on. Okay, so Robert Corwin says, looks great. There's something about the originals I love a lot. Glad I have both. Yeah, me too. I agree with you. I'm really nostalgic for the original designs. And a part of me, I know about the Warhammer legacy now, and I know like the history of a lot of the miniatures and designs and all that stuff, but I kind of just put that to the side and don't care about it that much because for me, it's the original look of the characters and, the imagination it inspired at the time more than anything. So I don't look at the elf and go, "Oh yeah, that's a wood elf, warrior or something." It's like, "Nope, that's the elf from Hero Quest." Just like the Fimir, it's like that's what the Fimir, that's what he looks like. This isn't the guy from the cover of White Dwarf magazine. That's the dwarf. That's his pose. That's what he looks like in my mind. And this guy is cool. I mean, I made fun of him and said he looks like a giant baby with his proportions. Actually, he doesn't look that bad now that I look at him carefully. But I think the original design, it was just weird looking to me. Robert Corwin says, +1 to externalize the painting. Meaning he agrees. I had some figures with bent parts, whiter tone plastic where it bent, put them in hot water and it healed the plastic. Well, that's an interesting thought. I hadn't thought about that. In the past, I'd just painted over those areas with like a similar color. Hot water, interesting. Like boiling water. It's definitely cool. Some people do furry bases. Oh yeah, they call it flocking. They put like fake grass, or they put sand to look like rocks. And I think that makes a lot of sense if you're doing like wargaming, because wargaming you're usually like out on a big like battlefield, like an outdoor setting. And so yeah, you put the fake grass to blend in with that. And I've seen a lot of HeroQuest painters put like fake tiles on the bases, like they'll cut it with a knife to make like tile shapes and they'll like paint it gray or whatever. But really, I feel like if you're doing that to blend in with this, you should just use clear plastic bases. It would make the most sense to me. But I don't want to cut the bases off and glue everything down. So yeah. Oh yeah, his Bizargon. I don't think that image was able to be uploaded. You have to actually use a link. Sorry about that. I just see a bunch of characters. Some people go really far, yeah. Well, the painting is a hobby in and of itself, and that's fine. But I'm just dipping my toe into it and kind of enjoying it. But as you can see, I mix together like the remake and the classic all the time. I'll just use what I have on hand or what I want to show, as long as you can tell what it's supposed to be. All right, so the big question tonight is, do we have players or are we just going to talk HeroQuest? Got Aconite, Shadowmoss, Fubar Jr. Hey, Fubar. Of course, our new friends, Robert Corwin and his Bizargon, new old friend on the stream. Robert Corwin says, I've seen a snowy game board on AliExpress. Good for Frozen Horror. Yeah, and those are cool too. This is a custom board, but I mean, as you can see, it looks exactly like the classic board. It's just enlarged. Everything's enlarged, and it's a quad fold. So you can see that little imperfection there where it splits. But yeah, I did that as a test before the remake came out, and I was like, this is no problem, because people were scared. They were like, oh, my old pieces won't be compatible with the new game. It's like, yeah, they're fine. Squares are just a little bit bigger. That's all. And you get the boot, the little boot that everybody likes that isn't in the new version. They couldn't pay the royalties for it. He wanted 1 million, and they were like, "Nah, how about 500,000?" He's like, "I'm out." So Mr. Boot took a walk. One square corridors are really narrow. Yeah, but it's the original game. I mean, you could expand it to two, make them all like the center corridor. But the card table I'm using here for this game is just about the right size. I mean, I've got maybe a 3-4 inch gap on each side. Yeah, so in theory I could fit it on there, but I'd have less space for everything else. It just about works. Just about works. Yeah, the boot got booted. Got the boot. Cheers, dead gamer. All right. So, does anybody want to play Hero Quest tonight? Don't all chime in at once. Form two lines if you have to. Actually, it's pretty rare that we get started right on time. Usually, nothing happens till 7. So maybe I should just. Of course, if I say the stream starts at 7, that means it won't be start until 8. Just kind of how it goes. So let's see. His Bizarre Gun, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, okay.
I was thinking about something about the Yeti Hugh, the Yeti Hugh rules, because I guess I think the Hasbro app, or yes, the Hasbro app includes in the last version, it includes the possibility of releasing from the hack by rolling a red die, maybe. But
Yeah.
I don't remember really well.
Yeah. Well, it's
It
yeah,
is not included in the rules of the Frozen Horror Quest book.
correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
they include, and it is either included in the Into the Norlands rules. It is something they have included in the app without
yeah.
telling anybody, I think.
Yeah, they just kind of quietly put it in there. And I think that's the right decision because I was always against the idea that the hug is just permanent. And especially because of I mean, I understand what they were probably going for. It's like, oh, no hero stands alone. Your friends have to come save you. But the problem is in the solo quest, you're by yourself. Doesn't make any sense. It just means, yeah, if the Yeti does any damage, you're dead because there's nothing you can do to get out of it. The fact
Yeah,
that they put it in there, I think, is a great thing because a lot of people who buy the game now who don't have the same history with the game like we do, at best they're probably going to get the companion app and they're going to just go by that as probably maybe even before they read all the rules. They're just going to do whatever the app says. So rather than having them be confused or frustrated, they just say, "Yeah, you can toggle it on or off." But actually,
yeah,
and you may know this, the draft notes for those who don't know, the draft notes of the Elf and
yeah.
Barbarian Quest Pack do reveal that in the draft stages, at least, they originally did plan to have a hug break, but instead of using a red die and counting a 5 or 6 as a break, they were saying you roll 2 white dice, and 1 white shield would be no damage, but you stay in the hug. 2 would be you break the hold. And
Yeah.
in my play testing of that, which I really liked that idea, I thought, well, what if you roll 3 dice instead of 2? And it's like, okay, if you got 3 white shields, well, that you're going to reverse it. So you're not just going to break out. You're actually going to like not get him in your own bear hug, but you'd like slam him to the ground like a judo throw or something. And that's how we came up
Yeah.
with the wrestling moves that we use in our house rules.
Yes,
Because
no doubt, no doubt.
so
Some
silly.
mechanic
Yeah,
that could be used to break the hue.
yeah,
It's something
yeah,
necessary,
yeah.
no doubt about it.
Because having a killer monster is a cool idea, but at the same time, it's maybe too much for a game like this. They swung too far in the other direction from Hero Quest, which a lot of older players complained, well, as long as the heroes work together, it's an easy game. It's too easy. Even though it's meant for 9, 10-year olds, who little boys who don't like to work together and want to go off on their own, who aren't used to this type of game, but aficionados. So they made it a little more challenging. And Keller's Keepers from the Witchlord, it still isn't good enough. So they way overcompensated in the other direction. But I think the Yeti Hug was definitely an oversight because if they'd taken more time with it instead of just releasing it, and they may have thought to themselves rightly that, oh, well, a lot of players will just fix it. They'll see the problem and they'll just fix it on their own. But the fact that they talked about it and they had the solution right in their hands, but then they just didn't put it in there, kind of is like, oh, come on, guys, I'm disappointed. But it sounds like they must have really, really been short on time and projects were getting cut, and they just decided, fine, we'll just release it as is and just let the chips fall where they are. But I was really sad to hear that, they were throwing away copies and grinding them up in the grinder because they couldn't sell them or they weren't willing to keep them on store shelves or whatever. So HeroQuest was over. So it needed an overhaul, and they really didn't give us enough time to really voice our complaints, if you will, complaints from 1992. So the fact that they had Into the Northlands, and then even then, yeah, putting it into the app without saying anything, it's just there. But I'm glad it's there. I think that's the right thing to do because
Yeah.
I guess there's two things, and Amalgam Ash has talked about this a lot, and I don't disagree with him. Is that if you're a tabletop gamer, you know that the rules are just a suggestion. You can change it. You can use your imagination. You can make the game better if you want to, and no one's going to stop you. At the same time, HeroQuest, one of the um, great things about it is it doesn't require very much preparation. You just open up the box and you play. And so the more tinkering and preparation and tweaking and editing that they require you to do kind of gets away from that. And so you're losing out on people that, yeah, they come to the game, they're quote unquote lazy because they don't want to do all that extra work. They just want to open up the box and start playing. They don't want to memorize the rule book. Like you've made it as easy as possible for those people. And yes, after a time, they may love the game so much that they go, yeah, I want to use my imagination, start adding things to it. But you shouldn't set them up at the beginning to say, okay, well, here's this great new expansion. We're not going to tell you, but it's pretty broken and you're going to have to do a lot of work to fix it and make it fun. Like that just doesn't seem cool. I mean, it's easier than like handing you a video game that okay, now you have to learn to code and you have to download a bunch of like files and start hacking your way through it trying to fix it. Still, Fubar says, and it's all about fun. If players are not having fun, then they won't play. Exactly. Yeah. Well, AVGN or Board James Rolfe did that Board James joke thing where he's with his friend and Mike and like his friend is just has such a short attention span he won't even like pay attention long enough for them to start the game. It's like okay, yeah, that's a common problem. Whether you're kids or adults, you have people that they have they're so distracted and they don't want to learn anything and it's oh this game seems too complicated. It seems too hard. I don't want to give it a chance. So the fewer barriers you have between that and playing, the better. And then once you can get them, then they may have more energy to say, yeah, that was fun. Let's play another quest, or let's try making our own. Let's see what happens, or what if the guy could do this? So,
Okay, if nobody wants to play, I would like to play with the roach.
yes, we got him. Okay, so we got a rogue right here. Now, I don't know his Bizargon if you saw the last game
Not
session.
really, no, not really.
That's okay. Oh, whoops. Let's turn that timer off.
Maybe part of it. I watched part of it, but not at all.
Yeah, that's all right. So this is Quest 9, so it's a two-parter. This is the really, really, really hard one.
Oh yeah.
And so the heroes have advanced like all the way from, I'll show you where they started. So I can do this without knocking everything over. Okay, so they started from the Iron Door here. They did not explore this entire corridor, and they didn't explore to the south, strangely. Nobody wanted to go that way. So they went to the north. They explored in here with the sorcerer's table. Went over here into there with the frozen river into this red room.
Yeah.
This and then in this green room, oh yeah, in the room with the bookcase. And in the green room they found the staircase, which leads to level 2. But before doing that, so they posted the rogue, the wizard, 2 halberdiers, and a wounded scout. So mercenaries all there just waiting. And then what you see over here,
Why the two halberdiers are different? They belong to a different hero.
yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
thinking. Yeah. Because there's no mechanic already in the board game to differentiate them. So it's like either you paint them differently or I don't know. I was thinking like, okay, I could put a piece of sticky tack on each one. I created these tiles to go underneath them, but I don't know. I just don't have a great solution yet. I guess I could put a little piece of plastic underneath the base or something that was a different color. That would have been a nice idea for the actual game. But yeah, over here on the right hand side, this silvery figure is a Chaos Warrior, but I guess it's an order, not a Chaos Warrior, an order warrior or something because they hired a mercenary. Somebody bought a mercenary that it was a Chaos Warrior, so he's actually fighting for their side. And the barbarian is over here. So there's a pit trap there and a secret door. So he's over there. These question marks are other traps they've discovered. I know that's not a normal game mechanic, but with our setup here, it's too hard to remember which one I pointed at, so that's what I do. I guess the app does something too. It puts a little red square with a little skull on it. Anyway,
So
this is
the silver miniature is the barbarian.
no, the red one above him.
Okay.
Barbarian, Chaos Warrior. I guess there was a metal Chaos Warrior in the original like development version of Hero Quest that was never released. I think. I could be
Yes,
misremembering.
you're true.
Yeah, and a ranger and a knight. Yeah, you can read about that online. Anyway, this is the knight over here, this red one in the middle. And this is the elf, which I've just painted a basic color. Female elf. There's a treasure chest here, and there's a door that hasn't yet been opened that leads to the outer corridor. And I know these little body point counters are kind of in the way on one of these screens. But yeah, I have all these webcams that I need to move around. But yeah, so the rogue, back to the rogue, is in this room here. So if you want to control him, that's awesome. That's great. But these guys chose to go off on their own to do more exploring. So you could either wait for them or you could go after them, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of up to you. But I'm really hoping that other people join because if it's just you controlling everything, I mean, Darkhawk had that problem. He was trying to control all the heroes, and it was like he was losing track because it's a challenge. It really is because these guys have lots of potions and other things that they've accumulated. But yeah, let me start telling you what he has. I don't know if you have a piece of paper for your
Yes.
character sheet. Okay, so the rogue. Okay, so he has 3 weapons right now. And I've decided I'm going to go back to the way Avalon Hill suggested playing him, which is to say his second attack is unblockable, because otherwise he doesn't get much of a bonus with his ability. But I'm going to treat all the other multi-attacks the way the draft notes suggest, which is to have a large combined attack that the victim rolls against if you're directing all your attacks at the same target. So Polar Warbear would really roll 8 dice, and the defender would roll whatever he normally rolls. But with the rogue, it'd be like he attacks once with the dagger. Okay, they defend normally, and the second one they can't. But okay, so his 3 weapons are his dagger, a hammer, which is 2 dice and can be thrown, but you lose it if you throw it. A long sword, which is just a regular long sword. He does have his bandolier. That was stolen originally, but then another one was bought for him. And he's down to 4 out of his 5 body points. Should be reflected on screen. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yes, I see it.
Yep. He does have an extra skill card, which is called Feint. And this is from Eildon.
Mm-hmm.
He has that card, a sudden unexpected move. So it lets you reroll 1 set of dice, attack, move, or defense, but can only be used once per quest. So you'd have to tell me if you're using that. And for potions, if you're ready for that, he's got a potion of rejuvenation. So that's a 1d6 healing by another name.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a potion of airwalk. That's the one that lets you levitate over traps for 1 turn. A potion of fire resistance. Now that's in relation to cast spells. He has a second healing potion that's 1d6. He has a potion of warmth. That's the one that's 2 restored if it's ice damage, 1 restored if it's any other type of damage. Potion of defense. That's +2 defense for 1 defend.
So many potions.
Yes. Magic resistance. This is the type that resists damage causing spells. And then a potion of restoration. This is the type that gives you 1 body point and 1 mind point. In addition to all that, he has a toolkit, which he really didn't need, but at the time his bandolier was stolen, so a toolkit was purchased for him. And he is not carrying any gold. Got all that? At this point, it's like they need to release bigger character sheets. I know you can write on the back. That was always the thing. Fubar says his 3 weapons are fear, surprise. Oh, you're quoting the Monty Python. Right. It's like 4, 4. They go back out the door. They have to do their intro again. Okay. Well, would you mind taking on at least one other hero, possibly?
And his name is John C.
They play the sound alert. I always wonder why it echoes like that. Do I have like a second sound alert here somewhere that I shouldn't? Hey, Ribby. Welcome. Are you going to play with us, Ribby? His Bazaar Gun's taking the rogue. But I think he needs some backup.
I need help.
Help. Needs somebody.
The rogue is very far from his Elven kingdom.
Not just
He
anybody.
needs help.
Maybe in a bit. Oh, interesting. So Ribby maybe he's reprogrammed the dice to recognize his handle so that he'll always get the results that he wants. But he hasn't told anybody that, so nobody knows he's cheating. Oops, sorry, microphone was on. Didn't know I was on a hot mic. Sorry. Just kidding. No. The only person that gets away with cheating in this game is Zargon. Well, not for long. No, people point out when I forget stuff all the time. It's like, oh man, I can't believe it. It's like, well, those are the breaks.
So I need to prepare some dice.
Well, you can use we have the digital dice. So if you,
yeah,
have you used those before?
No.
Okay, so in the Discord where you are now in Quest Talk, there's actually a little chat button. So if you click that word balloon up above, you can do like roll exclamation point roll 2d6 with a space, and so it'll say Kurgan rolled 6, 1 and a 5, and then you can do exclamation point HQ roll, and then you got to designate what the dice are. So let's say 1 white, 2 black, 3 green, 1 blue.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a little result there. You see what I'm seeing?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
I will have a check.
Yeah. So you rolled an 8.
Oh.
1 skull. It's like MentorBot. Give me 1 skull. Here's a skull.
So easy, so easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that, but remove the space.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you're playing Space Crusade, you can do that.
I will try again. I will try
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Not skull. Call it. You got to call it by the color. So
Okay.
1 white, 2 white. Yeah. Thanks, Ribby. It's my secret, he says. You can just say exclamation point HQ roll and a number, and it defaults to standard dice. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, white dice. Color is only required for non-standard, or if sound doing combinations of colors. Yeah, you got to remove the space. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh,
Ah, he's got it. Ding, ding, ding,
why,
ding,
clap.
ding. Yeah. Well,
Let's
we also have the 3D dice, but the problem with that is, and I love the 3D dice, but Ribby, I think we should do. I've got a suggestion. Why don't you start a thread on Discord that has like all the download links for the special dice for DD dice? Because I have to always find them and like copy and paste them, and people don't understand what I'm talking about, and I have to explain. Yeah. So, his Bizargon, what are you trying to do there? You're trying to roll 21 dice, or like
sorry.
you do your movement roll. So,
Okay.
and then you do your when you're in combat, then you do like 2 white or 3 white or whatever it is. Yeah, the color combinations are for upgrades that I made. So the barbarian is a champion. So when he attacks with a sword, he gets 2 black dice. So instead of rolling, let's say 4 for the great sword, he'll be 2 white, 2 black. That's how he does it. Or the knight gets a bonus with a shield. So one of his defend dice is green. So if you're trying to do a movement roll, you would do like that, except you would have no space between the exclamation point and the word roll. So there you go. So you rolled a 9. Yay!
Mm. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. The only complaint I have, if any, because you did a great job, is just that those numbers are small and hard to see on camera. Let's see. Ribby says, maybe I'll just talk to someone and see if they can make it so the host channel's dice tray is automatically given to everyone else in the channel. That would be awesome. Make it really easy for the players. I agree. Now, clearly they want to force everybody to have accounts, but I think they should allow you to make an account with just your email rather than having to link your social media, because some people don't like to do that. It's like, it's already bad enough that they have all my information. Now I'm going to give it to another third party. But yeah, just allowing it. It's like as long as you join their room, you get access to all their stuff. So it's like, okay, but if I want to make my own room, then I gotta create an account. Yeah, I hope the developer of the 3D dice will listen. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, we're into the first hour now. I know we didn't get started right off the bat. Let's just see if we can recruit some more heroes. I also advertise in the other Discords, but I don't know how much people pay attention there. Or if they see that we're not using Tabletop Simulator, they don't care. I mean, they can still use it if they want to. It's just that I'm not using it, is all. Let's see here.
Okay, so how many players are we?
So far it's just you and me. I'm Zargon, you're the rogue.
Rivy 00. Come
Well,
on.
Ribby may come in later, he said.
Okay.
Surprised Jacer isn't here. Of course, he may have something going on. I mean, most of our players have families and jobs and stuff too, so it's like, I understand. You got stuff going on.
So the feint skill, is it a skill?
Yes.
Feint card?
Yeah, so these hero cards, or these, I treat them as skill cards, so it's like a single use, once per quest
Okay,
thing.
single use.
Yeah,
Okay.
and what happens is I have bad guy cards too. So the players in the chat, which aren't very many right now, can use their rewards that they build up, their channel points, just for being in the stream, or they can subscribe and get even more. But they can use that to influence the game. So they can buy potions for the heroes. They can buy monsters for
Mhm.
me. They can buy skill cards, which is where that came
Mhm.
from. Because yeah, you've got your 3 passive skills that are always active. I just contradicted myself, but you know what I'm trying to say. they're 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 always going on. So he can always pass through monsters. He can always get an extra die bonus when he hits a monster that's next to an ally, and he can always, as long as his first attack is with a short sword or a dagger, he gets that bonus second attack with the dagger that's unblockable. But on
Mhm.
top of all that, he gets a feint, which he can use one time, which really is just re-roll your dice. You get a roll you don't like, but I mean, there's other ones in here. So let's see what do we have left for these? So I have Hidden Reserves and Rallying Cry, which I'm pretty sure are for the Barbarian, but I didn't seem to write it down. I could be really nasty and just take the other heroes away and just have you as the rogue play by yourself. That really wouldn't be fair, would it?
You will get killed in a couple
Yeah,
of turns, probably.
probably, yeah, because he has no. I mean, he's a tough cookie, but he doesn't. He's going up against some really powerful monsters, and he's not upgraded, so yeah. Well, I would give you the mercenaries for sure, but still, they're pretty light as well. Pretty lightly clad.
Or I could play with all the heroes, but maybe they have too much stuff.
They have a lot of stuff. But then people will see you struggling and go, let me jump in and help him. Maybe. They go, yeah, make him
Well,
sweat.
it could be, it could have been possible if I had been playing from the beginning,
Yeah.
but without having the historic of all of them, it's
Hmm.
quite difficult
Yeah.
because of the number of items they will have on their backpacks and their
Right,
weak
right.
bones and potions and so on.
Now, I could take a really radical turn and I could just reset the board and just play a new adventure with you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. But then I know what's going to happen. People are going to show up and be like, wait a minute. Or maybe not. But actually, it's fine because I actually work in the office tomorrow. So I don't have to clear the board. I can just leave it up. And it's fine until next Saturday. So how about this? You and I want to play an adventure? Let's play an adventure. So what I will do, um, you still want to be the rogue. What quest are you thinking?
What about playing the one which has winning the Amalgamas Jam?
Oh,
Sure, if it is possible.
Of course, I'd have to find his quest.
It's in the Amalgamas
Oh,
YouTube channel, the link.
okay. Oh, the download for it. See,
example.
I'm gonna end up promoting him no matter what. Shout out to Amalgamash. Yeah, because yeah, he had that big quest jam, and people voted on the winner, and the winner was announced
You
one
can
day.
find it on the
Good morning,
community
everybody.
tab
Welcome back to the
of his channel. I
Let's
think
see.
it's that it's the link.
Congratulations, winner.
Uh,
So, let's see here.
I can look at it for you.
Sure. Let me pull up a screen here.
Oh, that's a suggestion. If you have another better one,
Well, I was just gonna grab the companion app and just throw something on the screen. We've done that before too. Would that work for you? Or you want it to
right?
be? Oh, you probably know all the quests like the back of your hand is the problem because you study quests, so you're never gonna be surprised. So you want something completely new, right? Kind of what we're thinking. All right.
Yes, that was the reason I suggested the Amalgamas one.
Of course, if you've
But
looked at this, let's see, the jam is over. Yeah, it was
I
the
am
big
looking for the link. I am looking for it for
quest.
you. Okay.
Well, thank you. Yeah, if you find it.
Yes, I think it's here. You can download it. Okay. So I think, yeah. I'm sharing you. Let me one moment. Yes, on chat. You have it on the chat.
Okay. Kenneron's Curse, Epilogue to Keller's Keep by My Dad is Dracula. Love it. Custom Hero Quest adventure for 4 players. Well,
I can play with the regular ones too, if you want.
okay. Okay, so you'll be managing 4 heroes still.
I don't know if this quest can be played by starting new ones. Probably not, because they should have finished it. The
We probably don't have
class skip.
time to play a big sprawling like four-part adventure
Yeah.
quest. No.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Another one.
Let's see. Well, let me just I'll take a look at it because I have not looked at this before, so I'm not dismissing it out of hand. I'm sure this
I
person worked
cannot
very
look
hard.
at it. I cannot look at it.
Well, I'm not showing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty decent long quest. Yeah, but I would have to reset the board. Okay, I'll keep that in mind though. Sorry to dash your hopes there. If we were to play one of the existing quests, is there one that you would have in mind, like one of the quest packs from the?
Maybe one of the solo quests
Hmm,
from the Elf quest pack or
Elf
the
quest pack.
Barbarian one.
Okay. Have you
Believe
played?
me or not, believe me or not, but I don't remember all the maps.
Oh, okay. Well, I always say if I start to feel like people remember, I may change things around, which I guess kind of defeats it because it's like if you're having nostalgic memories from 30 years ago that tell you which way to go, I mean, what's wrong with that? Versus like, no, I think you just memorized the map and you're cheating, so I'm gonna
that,
change it
that,
around on you.
uh, that's not the case.
No, I know
Before
you wouldn't.
40, the
You
memory does not work really, really good as 30
No.
years ago.
Well, plus, who's to say you were Zargon back then? You may have been a hero, and you're not going to remember it at all. Except, well, I kind of remember going around a corner and a guy being there, so I didn't go around the corner this time.
Okay, choose one.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
see.
yeah, all
One
right,
solo one.
all right. So let's bring up the companion app. Let's get Carl Casey and White Bat Audio going again.
Ruby is still there.
I'm not sure what happened to Ribby. Ribby!
Welcome to Hero Quest.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and change all these toggles. So let's turn the music and the voice down to nothing. Yeti hug
I'm
breaks.
in and out, he says.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no problem. We're not gonna double the wandering monsters. We're not gonna do any of these bonuses because you don't need them for this. Okay, so solo quest. Just need to find one with the rogue. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Do you have a preference on male or female?
It doesn't matter.
All right.
Both are called roads.
Yep.
In Spanish, we have differences. They should be called pícaro or pícara. They are male or female, but you don't have such difference.
Like a rogue and a rogus? Roguette?
Yes, more or less. That's the idea.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Actually. There we go. That looks presentable.
Okay.
There we go. Alright, as a test of your abilities, Queen Terrelia wants you to retrieve a family heirloom that was recently stolen. No ordinary heirloom. This is the legendary sword known as the Avenger. The sword was stolen by agents of Zargon and taken to a small fortress along the southern border of the realm. The Iron Door is the only way in or out of the fortress. Once you have found the Avenger, leave through the Iron Door and bring the sword to Queen Terrelia. No mercenaries. All right. And which spells did you want to bring with you?
With the road.
Oh, what am I saying? Yeah, we're just gonna have to override the. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you just get the rogue. So we're gonna pretend that that elf is actually the rogue, because there's still an elf. I guess it still works.
We can check it.
Yeah. You must retrieve the Avenger, a family heirloom stolen from Queen Terrelia by agents of Zargon. Once you found it, return to the Iron Door and exit to complete this quest. The Iron Door swings open with the promises of great reward and great danger to those who enter. Alright. Okay. Can you reasonably see that on your screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking to see if it looks much better than playing it on a phone. Okay, so for this, yeah, you can still use the dice roller. I will drag that onto the screen. Let's see. Window capture. I'll just pull that over to the side, and then I think I can just... Does that look a little better? All right, go ahead, roll your movement dice. Oh, you did already. Okay, so you got a 5. All right, so which direction are you going? East or south?
I think we should go. Well, okay, let's go to check that door to the south.
Okay. All right, open the door.
Yes.
Okay, see, they reveal everything. 2 goblins.
The imagine, the video goes a little bit later than the audio.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Do you want to just have your starting gear? Just your dagger?
Yes, I have a dagger, I think. I don't have a short sword.
No.
No, I only have a dagger and the bandolier, I think.
Right. So it'd be a basic. But what I will say this: if you survive anything that you capture, any loot, you get to take with you into the main quest. So you'll be helping the other people too by doing this.
Okay.
All right. So you've got the goblins. Now what?
Okay. So well, yeah, I have. I think I have the 3 skills, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Ambidextrous and what do you call them in
Uh,
English?
Ambidextrous,
Opportunistic strike.
opportunistic striker, and what's the other one
Combat
called?
mobility.
Combat mobility. Yep. And since you have the bandolier, you have infinite daggers essentially. So
Yeah.
you can throw them without worrying that you won't have another one in your bag.
Okay, so I can shot with one of them. Well, but I have infinity daggers, so okay, I will throw one dagger to the far goblin, the farthest one.
Okay.
And so I need to roll the dice.
Yes. So 1 white die. Exclamation point HQ roll space 1 space white.
Yeah.
How you do it? Ah.
Okay.
Skull. Okay. All right. So now I've got to roll for the monster.
Okay.
Make sure I'm in the right screen. There we go. Too many screens. Oh, that's a kill.
Okay.
Got him.
Okay, so Sargon's turn.
All right. See, I'm just the guy clicking the buttons. It works. Okay, so he attacks you. See what he gets. He missed. See, I feel like an upgraded rogue should be able to take the miss and then stab him. But yeah, maybe someday we'll implement that. Okay, your turn.
Okay, so so I can defend with 2 dice.
The goblin only defends with 1 die. You defend with 2. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, here it is.
You
Okay.
missed.
I defend myself.
Wait a minute, what are you defending against? He missed. Oh no, he had... Wait, what? Oh. Hold on. Did he even attack you, or did he just move up?
No.
What?
I thought you attacked me.
You know what?
already.
I would have attacked you, so here's what I'll do. I will
Okay.
compensate. It just ran up to you. I will, I'll roll for the goblin. So,
Okay.
and I'll let you re-roll.
Okay.
Okay. So he missed again. So now it's your turn.
It doesn't. It is quite silly.
Yeah. Well, now if you want to attack him, you're just going to be attacking with one. But
Yes, but I was thinking about the ambidextrous ability, but I only have one. Well, this is an old discussion.
Oh yes. So I
Because
guess to make me actually understand it, yeah, just roll one and then just roll one more, I guess. Yeah, I know it comes out to 2. So okay, well, all right, don't roll anymore. All right, if we just take it as that first skull is the first attack. Okay, so you hit him, but then the second one unblockable, it's nothing. So he still gets a chance to defend. In this case, it didn't make any difference, I guess. All right, I get it now. Sorry. I'm learning as we go. Okay, so he will defend with 1. And if it's not a black shield, he's dead. Okay. Got him. All right.
Okay.
So you can still move if you want.
While the goblin moves 10 squares, so he will probably get me.
Yeah, but do you see on your screen that the goblin's dead?
Yeah. Now, yes.
Oh, okay. There's
Now,
probably
yes.
a 10-second delay. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay,
trying to
I will
verbally tell
roll.
you what's happening.
I will roll. Well, it's. I will only move 1 square to the east. Okay, so I don't need to roll dice and search for traps inside the room.
Okay. No traps. Now I will warn you that this quest pack, just like Barbarian quest pack, does have some traps that cannot be found by searching. But nevertheless, it's a good idea to still exhaust your options.
Yeah. Okay, so I will search for treasure too.
Okay, because Zargon could do nothing, so alright. Alright. I'll let you, we'll draw a card here.
Okay. Don't you have an automatic draw of cards from the treasure deck?
No, I'm physically drawing them. So you got jewels.
Okay, perfect.
You find a small wooden box, simple looking and very old. Then you discover it's lined with velvet and contains very small jewels, worth 50 gold coins.
Okay, very well.
Right, so that's already,
now
you've earned your keep. Now just run back to the door, and that's 50 gold coins. Oh, you want to keep on? Ah, brave, brave. Okay, all right.
Okay, let's go. I will roll the die. Okay.
Action move. 10. Excellent. Okay.
So I will go to the other door, but to the south. Okay. I am going down first, and after that going the east, and so on. You know, not going through the center of the room.
Oops. the opposite of what I had you do. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you can see right there were no undetectable traps, but if I hadn't done that, yeah, it would have been a smart idea.
Okay, I will wait. No, yes, you can go to the square with the 5.
All right, do you want to open the door?
I will wait for next turn to open the door, but not before. I should be caution. I should have caution. Okay. Okay, so
Hey, thanks, Ribby. Ribby just submitted the request for an improvement
yeah,
to the designer.
I open the door
Okay.
and roll. And let's see what is inside the next room.
It's Goblin. Huh. No Chaos Warrior with a shotgun in one hand and a chainsaw in the other. I'm very disappointed. Oh, that's the... See, they need to make another Space Crusade. You can tell I'm just itching for it. Okay. All right, Goblin. But you have your action, so...
I'm waiting to see the goblin.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, I see it. I see it now.
I don't know if refreshing the stream would help at all, but...
Okay, I will shot him one dagger.
Okay.
So I will roll the die.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a miss. It whizzes over his head.
Okay, now I will roll the movement die.
Okay. 5.
Okay, only 5. So I want to go back 5 squares, right straight to the corridor outside the room.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
All right. Just you wanted to go straight out into the doorway, right? Not up or down?
Yeah.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
I know it's a little bit unuseful. Maybe 1 square up too, next to the upper door.
Oh, okay. He already attacked you, but all right, I'll just do it.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, we could do... Yeah. Okay. Sorry,
It
I
doesn't
need
matter
to...
because the goblin moves
still get
10
Yeah.
squares.
I need to give you more time to make your decision because of the updates. That's my bad. Okay, so he got 1 skull against you.
Okay, I will roll. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. 1 body point less.
Okay. Jacer just bought you a potion. Thanks, Jacer. Yeah, so Hispazargon is playing the first elf quest because we didn't have anybody else, and I wasn't gonna make him control 5 heroes. It's a lot. Darkhawk struggled with that too. So, all right, so we get 1 bonus potion from Jacer. Let's see what it is. Okay, this is only for the barbarian, so I'm gonna redraw.
Okay.
That one's only for the dwarf, so I'm gonna redraw. Potion of Strength.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, that gives you 2 extra combat dice for 1 attack.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thanks, Jacer.
There's a problem because the opportunistic strike, I cannot use such a skill because I need the presence of another hero.
That's true. That's true. And I can't throw any mercenaries into this one either. So, or animal companions. People were surprised that there weren't any. You know, like, where's your trusty eagle or your helpful koala bear?
Maybe I can convince such goblin to work for me and play
Well,
next to me.
if you got a skeleton, you could use the bone wand to control him. There's a workaround. Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be great.
Okay.
Little buddy. Okay.
Let's. I will attack you again with the 2 daggers. Okay. Using the ambidextrous. Do you agree?
Yes. Go for it.
Okay.
So the second die, whatever it is, will be unblockable.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. So he's dead.
Okay.
Well. Okay, now that Jacer is here, though, is he wanting to play, is the question. Because if he is, I mean, it's kind of silly, but we could have you run out the door and we could go back to the quest as is. Or we could keep waiting. Just that, I don't know.
Oh, it would be really great.
Well, Jacer, if you can hear my voice, I would say hop into Quest Talk. If you're wanting to play along, we were just doing this because I felt like, yeah, it wasn't really fair to have him control everything. So it could be the two of you. I mean, the door is right there. I mean, you did get a.
Come in.
You got 50 gold coins and a potion of strength. I mean, that's not too shabby.
Okay, in the meantime, I will roll the movement dice.
Okay. Yeah, as much as you can get.
Or 5. So I will enter the next room, okay? The first square of the next room.
All right, sounds good. All right, it's your turn again.
Okay, I will search for traps.
Wise.
If
No
you
traps.
read it, no traps, okay? So searching for treasure.
All right, we'll draw another card.
A, C.
Wandering monster. Dun dun dun. Dun.
Okay. Which is the wandering monster here?
A mummy. Of course. it's
Mummy,
gotta be
wow.
Powerful.
It's a mummy, really? It's a very hard one.
Yep. One skull from the mummy.
It attacks me, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, wandering monster always attacks unless you've cleverly placed yourself with a wall of allies around you so that they can't reach you.
So I defend, okay?
Okay. All right, you deflected it. Good deal.
Okay, so I will roll my attack dice. Again, 2 daggers, okay? Well,
Okay, 2 skulls. So one is unblockable. So I will roll my defense just against the first
so
one.
it is skilled, I guess, or not.
Sorry, are you asking me a question? Oh, you're just trying to see if it works. Okay. Let's roll 4 white. It's just against the first. Okay, so I deflected the first one. The second one I have no defense against, so I lose 1 body point.
Okay, so now I will roll my moving die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not used to playing this way, but it's interesting. Okay, 5.
Another 5. I always roll 5.
Not bad. Okay.
So I will go
Get outrun the
backwards, the previous room. Okay. I guess the mummy cannot achieve my position, cannot rise me.
No.
Because it only moves 4, if I don't remember bad.
You got it. Yep.
So it's a Sargon turn.
Yes. Yep, he's not even going to bother. See, that's one weird thing about the AI. Like, if the monster's out of range, they just don't even bother. Whereas I would... Of course, I guess in this case, it's strategic because you could just kill him with a throwing dagger, potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my strategy is quite simple, you know, see. But It's a solo quest. I am alone.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. I understand. All right.
Those are the only options. I will throw the dagger. Okay.
Okay, but you're gonna have to move in range to do that. Yeah, there's a
So
wall.
so the mummy has not moved.
Right, the mummy didn't move at all. I would say to hit him, you'd have to be right here, in position 2.
So the app is quite intelligent.
But I've noticed this before in my own playtesting, is that if you are out of range, like movement, if the monster can't
Yeah.
reach you, it doesn't even try to move. Like, it won't move part of its movement. Like, why doesn't the mummy move up 2 squares, or I don't know, just
Yeah.
or move into, like, I guess in this case, yeah, it ends up working out in its favor. It's true.
Okay. So so I need to attack it, even it is the case. Okay. Well, I will move them.
Okay. All right, where would you like to go?
6. Okay, so I will move to the previous position and try to attack it again.
Oh, up close?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the 2 attacks.
Okay.
Okay. We'll roll a dice.
All right.
And I failed.
Oh yeah. You did. All right. Monster's turn. All right. He attacks and scores 1 skull.
Okay.
Ding.
It's a good fighter.
Yeah. Just keeping an eye out. There's Jason.
So
Jason
I
comes
will
in here.
Oh. repeat the.
Ah, Jason's here. Okay. Sorry, you wanna? Can we let him finish this battle here?
Yes, definitely.
Fighting for his life. All right. Actually, he's making out pretty
I
well
just
with
saw
that dagger. Must have sharpened it before battle.
Okay, I attack.
All right.
Oh.
Darn it.
Just-
I just picture him like he's winding up to attack, and then he does like the defensive pose. It's like Mummy's like, "What are you doing?" Defending against the stench of the rotting ancient mummy. Okay. Zargon's turn.
No, it's my turn still.
Oh, you get a second attack.
No, I can move.
Oh, you're right. Okay, we'll just ignore that. Okay, go.
11.
11.
So I will.
Oh
Yeah.
man, you're mocking.
So I will come back again. I know well, such attack is not valid. I think such attack of the mummy. So I will go back to the corridor again. Just next to the corridor, because I think the mummy will not move. Let's see what will do the app.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So you want to be inside the parquet room still.
Well, let's wait in the corridor better.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he doesn't move.
Okay, so I will move again.
Get back in his face.
Number 2, so I will still be there. I will not move and roll again.
All right.
Those
So
are the
I
best
hope
things of Hero Quest.
the developers of the app are watching carefully this video.
Yeah. Okay, and number 4, I will roll again.
Okay, but you're gonna attack him, right?
Yeah. Okay, so
Cheers, dead gamer.
attack. Okay.
All right.
One school.
Ooh, okay. All right. So the first one is the only one I can defend against. Okay, so I deflected one, and then, yeah, no damage from the second one. Ribby says, but descent's rule is if in any corner on a square has a straight shot to any corner of the target square, you have line of sight and doesn't travel along a blocked tile, I believe. Yeah, in Hero Quest, that wouldn't have been line of sight. 2 doors away in the corner. Unless it was like an explosive shell or something. Okay. Alright, so you're just going to repeat the same strategy? Yeah.
Oh,
no, yeah, he can attack you. Okay. So you're not going to run away. Ah, he missed.
Okay, so I will miss, so I will attack again, okay, before running away.
Okay.
This is my attack, my awful attack, and I will run away.
All right. Bravely. Strategic withdrawal.
Yeah.
Did you get a 5?
9.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you roll like a 3 or something.
I will go to the corridor again, and so on.
Oh, and then he does nothing, predictably. He hasn't learned anything in 3,000 years. He might be one of those newer mummies, you know. Okay, it's up to you now.
Okay, so I will move again to such position. This is a clear failure of the app,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Yes, I agree with you.
But I'm thinking, have you downloaded the last version of the app?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that these kind of things had been already fixed.
Well, let's see. I mean, we have
not.
The attack weak is, but I mean, there is no weak, just you. Maybe if I toggle that off, it will try to come after you.
Hey, attack again.
Oh, hold on.
Let's see.
Oh, it's gonna make me reload the quest, but our position should be saved. Ruby says, I wouldn't have even given line of sight the way you were saying. Having Elf going one space into that room and then up. No. Still Zargon's call in the end. Alright, so you're attacking again. Oh, you got 2 skulls there?
Yeah, I killed the
Oh.
mummy.
Oh,
Because the second attack
would finish him off, even if he defended. Well,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna roll, and for one simple reason.
Yeah, to check.
Darn it! I was gonna say if I got three black shields, I was gonna do a wrestling move on you, but you got him. Got him. Back to the grave. At least he's already wrapped up. Oh, I see what you're saying, Ribby. Doom does an interesting mechanic where if you don't have full line of sight, you can still attack the target. Oh, a Doom board game, yeah. But the target gets additional defense, which is kind of cool. They're considered to have cover. So if you have blocked line of sight, yeah. All right. Well, with that, I think Jacer, you're probably itching for a fight. So, should we have you mosey on back through the door, and we'll just carry on?
I don't know, Jace. Which hero do you want to play?
Definitely the knight. You're unattached to it.
The knight.
Yes.
Okay, perfect from my side. It will be interesting.
All right. Okay. You can always reattempt the quest some other time. And you bring with you Potion of Strength and 50 gold for the rogue. Okay, so Jacer is the knight. And would each of you mind taking on an additional hero?
I don't mind.
Okay. Now, with the mercenaries, there's only 3 of them left, so I guess we could do it this way, if it makes sense. Jacer, do you want to take the mercenaries and a hero? And then I could just give...
You can do this. If you can do 3 heroes, I can do the 2 heroes and the mercenaries.
Okay.
I think there's 5 in there.
Yeah, we're up to 5. Okay. I know I could just remove one, but I kind of have grown attached to them. Okay, so there's Hispazargon. All right, so Hispazargon, what other hero or heroes would you like to control besides the rogue?
Oh well, let's see, the wizard or the elf. What do you think? One of them, probably.
Okay.
Maybe the elf. The elf, better. The roach and the elf.
So you got the two elfin characters.
I can do the barbarian and the knight if he wants to take the alchemist as well.
Okay.
I need to know which spells has the elf.
Yes. Okay, so the elf has earth. And so he has already used Pass Through Rock. So Heal Body and Rock Skin are still usable.
Heal Body and Rock Skin, okay.
Yes. Alright, so we're back into the Frozen Horror. If you're watching this on Twitch, we are live. You're welcome to join us. Twitch.tv/HeroQuest If you're in the audience, you can influence the quest. And if you want, we've got hero slots open as well. Okay. And who's controlling the wizard?
And I can control the wizard too.
Okay.
Which spells has it?
Yes. So he has air, all 3.
Yeah.
Water, all 3. And then for fire, he's used up courage. But the other 2 are still used. Ball Flame, Fire Wrath.
Okay, so he has only used courage?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Now, Hispazargon, I do need to fill you in on all the other stuff that these other heroes have. So I hope you've got plenty of paper there.
Okay, let me 1 second, please.
Sure. If we were all 10 years old, I'd say, listen, let's just start all over. Ribby says, I'll probably get in here shortly, guys. Just finishing something up. Oh, cool. Yeah. Because in a sense, there's like 6 positions. So we could have 6 people. The 3 mercenaries are almost the equivalent of 1 hero on their own.
Since we already lost 8 this quest.
Yeah. Well, it's a double quest, so.
Well, we've already lost 8. We didn't even get through the first half.
Well, what am I saying? There's 4 mercenaries, because I forgot about the Chaos Warrior, the Order Warrior.
Oh, yes. You know what? I forgot about him, too.
Which I even painted him. Well, preliminary. Just sprayed some silver on him. I was showing earlier paint jobs I'm working on. Chaos Warrior. Fimmers.
Yes, here I am again.
All right. He's got a whole notebook ready to go. Yeah. In the European
on.
version, you wouldn't have had to worry about this because the potions would reset every quest. Okay. All right. Elf. So his
Yeah.
Bizargon, the elf, like I said, he's got his 2 remaining earth spells.
Yeah.
Weapon-wise, he's got a longsword and a
Okay.
crossbow. And the way
Oh,
the way I'm treating the crossbow is it can't hit the 8 squares that surround you. But the fact that he's got the longsword as well means, yeah, you can just do that. Now, since this is the Frozen Horror, there are ice gremlins. The ice gremlin can steal the weapon that's not being used. So kind of like the last one that you had. I think that was your suggestion, is that you use a weapon, it stays in your hand until the next turn, and you can change.
yeah. We
Rather
have
than all this
talked
worrying
it
about,
a lot.
oh, should it be an action if you switch weapons, or can you just, because we don't want people to cheat. But anyway,
So
yeah,
the
I
crossbow.
normally
The
do that
crossbow.
too. Is one you can equip whatever you want once per turn.
that's a
That
really
was
simple,
it's back and
it's
forth.
a really simple solution. I like that. Hispazargon, you were saying something?
Oh no, just to clarify that I cannot use the crossbow against diagonal
The
targets.
The close diagonal targets, right?
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Clear.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so it's 3 and 3. And then for your armor, so for defense, you have a total of 5.
Okay.
And that's because you're wearing bracers, a helmet, and you have a shield. Okay. And you're down to 6. You're down
Yes,
to...
but
Go ahead.
I cannot use the shield. I guess I cannot use the shield in the same turn I have used the longsword.
No, because I'm only treating the battle axe and the staff as 2-handed weapons. All the other weapons, one-handed.
Okay.
So you can be firing the crossbow and whip out the longsword, and you've still got the shield in your other hand the whole time.
Okay, clear.
Yeah, okay. And so you had 6 body points, but you're down to 4 now, as you see on the lower half of your screen. Yeah, okay. And for your potions, you have quite a few, as you can imagine. So here they are. You have a potion of recall.
Yeah.
You have 2 potions of warmth.
Yeah.
You have a potion of restoration. That's the minor one that gives you 1 body point, 1 mind point. You have a potion of vision. You have a potion of defense.
Yeah.
You have healing 1d6. A potion of magical aptitude. That's the one that lets you use 2 spells in the same turn instead of 1, if you wish.
This is from the Wizards of Sargon.
Yep.
Well, Morka.
Yep, or Grimdead. Yeah. Magicians of Grimdead. I would love to play that one. And then you have, this is my homebrew, that you have a alchemist item, the Shellac and Mortar, which is exactly equivalent to rock skin.
Okay, but it's a potion.
Well, it's like a spell scroll. It's an item. So yes, you could give it to someone.
Okay.
They'll use something.
Okay, but okay, perfect. It's not the same,
Right.
because the spell
Spells are non-transferable.
uses an action and the potion not, and so on.
Well, let's see. Do the spell scrolls... I treat the spell scrolls like a spell. So it does use an action, but the only difference is it doesn't carry over to the quest, and you could give it to someone, and then they could use it. It's not limited by character.
Okay.
So a little more versatility. Okay, and now the wizard, who I've also been referring to as the alchemist. because I made kind of a little mod with him. He is down to 3 body points out of his 4.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's only used 1 spell, Courage. The rest, the fire, the air, and the water are all there. He also has an extra scroll alchemist item type thing. It's called the Gossamer Net, which is the same as Tempest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For weapons, he has only 1, which is the Alchemist Staff. And that is like the Wizard Staff, except it rolls 2 black dice. So it's very powerful for him, including the diagonals.
Mm-hmm.
For his armor, he has a total of 4. So he has bracers, and he has the Alchemist Cloak, which will give him 1 green die for defense. So when you roll your defense, you would roll 3 white, 1 green. That's how that would work. And I'll remind you. Okay, you ready for it?
Green.
Ready for his potions?
Oh, yes.
Okay, as you can imagine, he has accumulated quite a few. So let me just remind myself. He has a potion of wizardry. I have to actually look and see what that one does, because I kind of forgot. Wizardry. I think this is the one, let's see. He can cast any 1 spell twice. So you have to use, let's see, you drink the potion,
Mm-hmm.
then choose a spell. It has to be the
Same one.
Yeah. And you get to cast it during the same turn. So yeah, I guess, for example, you could say, I want it to be the genie. Or you drink it, you say, I want it to be the genie, and then you use the genie twice.
And cast.
Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, we'll be here all day, I know. Next, you have a Potion of Resilience, which is the same as Defense. So no difference there. Potion of Alchemy, which will allow you to turn 1 piece of equipment into 100 gold coins. But the equipment is lost.
This is from Wizards of Morcar too.
Yes. Yeah, my potions deck includes stuff from all the expansions, pretty much.
Okay.
Potion of Magical Aptitude. Magic Resistance. That resists the effect of any chaos spell. Healing +4. Wolf's Bane Potion. Dexterity.
Sorry. Wolf's Bane.
Yes. So if you happen to get turned into a werewolf, you can change back. Remove the curse. Dexterity, that's the one that's 5 movement squares or guaranteed pit jump. Potion of Airwalk. Potion of Strength. And you've got 3 1d6 healing potions. 3 of those.
Okay.
And you've got a toolkit, in case you wanted to know.
The elf doesn't have it.
The elf does not have a toolkit, correct. Actually, the rogue could give his toolkit to the elf, in theory.
Okay.
Except the elf is way over here.
Please, can you remember me the equipment of the roach, please?
The rogue, okay. So the rogue has his dagger.
Has no bandolier.
Well, he has a bandolier, yes, and he also has a dagger. So this is like in addition to his bandolier. A hammer, that's the 2 attack, and the 3 attack for his longsword. He has no armor. He has the feint skill. And you need me to list all of his potions again?
Just please, quickly.
Sure. Rejuvenation, which is 1d6 healing. Airwalk. Fire resistance. Warmth. Another healing 1d6. Restoration, which is the 1-in-1. Magic resistance, which is damage only. Potion of defense. The potion of strength that she just got. Toolkit. and 50 gold coins. Okay.
Okay.
And you can always ask me what have I got? Do I have anything that would help me? Because
Just a question. The hammer, the hammer. So I can use the hammer to attack with two attack dice,
yes, and you can throw
not
it.
making two attacks.
Right. Just two white dice.
Okay, and I also own the road. Also owns a long sword.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it's clear.
Hey, Eudoxio. The Spanish voice that you hear is none other than the famous Hispazargon from Yielden, who is now once again a part of our Discord family.
Oh, Ribi has joined us too.
Ah, Ribby. Conflicts of interest. Can I play a character and add stuff using points? No.
Okay. I thought I'd ask.
Ah, Ribby, with the Dice Man.
How you doing, man?
Hey, welcome. I'm trying to
Thank
think. Have you spoken on the stream before? This might be the first time.
Not on this stream. I've spoken on the Rantcast.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Well, okay. So you guys will have to check him out on the Rantcast and hear him swearing like a sailor. Just kidding.
Getting drunk, getting stupid.
Getting
Absolutely.
sloshed, saying what he really thinks. We're just teasing. I realize it's not everyone's cup of tea, but anyway, glad to have you.
Mhm.
Okay, so now with all that,
Maybe Ribi would like to play with a hero too.
yes, if you play with a hero, you're not going to be buying stuff in the chat at the same time.
Okay.
So I think for sure Hispazargon's dedicated to the rogue, and Jacer's dedicated to the knight.
Okay. What if?
And the
how many?
barbarian hasn't been read in yet, so.
Yeah. What? Who's got the mercenaries? And how many are there?
We've got 4 mercenaries. So we've got the scout who's wounded, 2 halberdiers, and an order warrior. Yes, I said an order warrior. It's a chaos warrior that is fighting for our side.
Okay. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. You guys, you can pick what you don't want to play, and I'll play it.
What about the wizard?
Sure.
Because he's got a lot of stuff. He's got a whole
He's got all.
cabinet. He's got like one of those mini bars full of potions.
Oh man, minibar. You're right up my alley. Does he have all his spells, or has he used
Yeah.
a couple
So
so far?
you probably
He
won't.
used courage.
Yeah, he's used the courage. Okay,
Okay.
get out your character sheet and I'll run through them one more time.
I got a notepad open here.
Okay. So yes, he has fire. Well, except for courage, he's got air and water. And he also has an extra one, alchemist item of Gossamer Net, which is the same as Tempest. That's a single use, just like a spell scroll. Okay. He's down to 3 body points, as you can see on your screen there, from 4.
Yep.
Weapon-wise, he's got the alchemist staff, so that's 2 black dice. Using your fancy mentor bot, which we all love.
Very cool.
Armor-wise, he's got the bracers, and also the alchemist cloak, so that's 1 green plus 3 white. So for a total of 4 defend dice. He's got a toolkit, and oh, I forgot, he's got 100 gold coins. Okay, because he got that treasure hoard last time. Potion-wise, he's got a potion of wizardry, which we just decided was you can use 1 spell twice in the same turn. And then that's it, and then it's gone. Potion of Alchemy, which turns 1 piece of equipment into 100 gold coins. Potion of Resilience, which is the same as a Potion of Defense. 2 dice, 1 time. Defend. Magical Aptitudes, that's you can use 2 different spells in the same turn, 1 time. Magic Resistance, which is any spell effects. Healing plus 4. Wolfsbane Potion, Dexterity, Airwalk, Potion of Strength. You've got 3 1d6 healing potions. That's
That's a lot of typing. Okay, I got it.
got it. Got him. And Eudoxia
Got 'em.
says, the one and only. Yeah, we've worked together on Nephi Island, Mythic Translations, Dark Company, and more to come. Yes, watch this space, folks, because Eudoxio and Hispazargon are plotting in the background with their various projects. So
Hello, Eudoxio. How are you?
I really appreciate the fact that, I mean, as slow as... I mean, Avalon Hill is working hard to translate the game into other languages and finally get it to every country that originally had HeroQuest. But in the meantime, there's fans working on it too. And even getting it to countries that never had it, languages that never had it. So I fully expect there'll be a version in Latin, Hebrew, Klingon, Elvish, bring it on. Esperanto.
We hope so.
Sign language.
To have it
Braille.
in our language.
Yeah. I mean, start with the big ones and then branch out. Yeah. Spanish, Italian, Japanese, German, whatever. All right, cool. Okay, so Ribby's got the wizard, and so Jacer, are you wanting to do the barbarian and the knight?
Yeah, I'll do the barbarian and the knight.
Okay. Do you need an update on the barbarian? What you had last time?
Yes, probably.
Okay.
I have the great sword,
Yes, Molly.
cold iron plate, helmet, snowshoes, amulet of the north, armband of warmth, toolkit.
Armband of Ice. Yeah.
And what was that?
Well, it's called the Armband of Ice, but I'm one to talk because I always get them confused. Yeah.
Armband of warmth of ice. I think I got it mixed up with the
Armband of the Amulet North Warmth. Yeah, he's got both of those artifacts. We know what you meant. Okay. Yeah, all that's correct.
I don't have the skills listed.
Okay. So you've got Rallying Cry. That's the one that allows all the heroes and your allies are able to roll 1 extra attack and defend dice to the end of the turn. It's that skill card here. And the other one is Hidden Reserves. I'm pretty sure these were for the Barbarian. Does that sound right? I see 2.
I think so, because nobody else drew skill cards for this, and the last 2 I have written down were from the last quest, and that was Mighty Blow and Dodge and Trip, so I know they were used up.
Okay. Alright, now he's down to 1 body point. His maximum is 10. He's down to 2 mind points from his maximum of 3. 40 gold coins are in his purse, and then potion-wise, okay, so he's got Frost Skin, +4 healing, Antidote,
What is that close?
okay, Magic Resistance, that's all spell effects.
Yep, the effect.
Yep, he's got 2 1d6 healing potions.
I got a Fire Lance and Holy Water.
Yes, he has both of those, and he has Berserker Brew, which is an alchemist item, just like a spell scroll of courage. So he's pretty loaded too. Yeah, and I keep forgetting to mention this. He does have a buckler. Oh, I was just thinking, once he gets in range, he should give that buckler to the rogue, because the rogue doesn't have any armor.
Don't have.
Yeah. So the barbarian is way over here, and then the rogue is way over here. But when they get back together, the barbarian could hand his buckler to the rogue. And actually, the buckler, what I was thinking, I'm still playtesting it, but the idea is it's like a shield, except if the enemy misses, you can punch him. So you can get
Mhm.
one skull that you can use, or roll one die, and if it's a skull, it's a free hit. So, which actually kind of works for the rogue when you think about it. Ribby says Saruman or Saruman. Better, you know. That's Sauron.
The first one was Saruman, which is wrong.
Yeah.
He's not sour.
Oh, he's a Sauron. It's like you're saying it with a Jamaican accent. You doctor,
Saruman.
we're still
Yaman.
trying to run the Palantir to learn the Black Speech Immortal. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, the conspiracy. I was not on track.
Have you said the sour man?
Yeah. Well, see,
He's very sour.
that's yeah. That's why he turned to evil,
Okay.
or that's why he lost. Pretty sour. Okay. All right. All that aside, see, this is how it. Like, I've never played D&D really, but this is how a session goes. Like, you spend hours just messing around, trying to get on track.
Exactly how it goes.
And then you're like, oh man, it's like 3 a.m.
Whoa,
Listen,
that was
guys,
8 hours.
I gotta
Okay.
work tomorrow. Sorry. It's like we didn't even get past the first door.
We didn't even move.
Same time next week, and then you do it again. It's like, hey, you're just hanging out.
Wasting all the time checking for charts.
Whose turn it is? Whose turn is it? Excuse me. Let's move. Let's do some stuff.
All right. So yeah, it's the hero's turn, but turn order. So how do we want to do this? Who wants to go first? Or should I pick?
I think it should be the barbarian, but the barbarian
The leader.
is quite damaged. Only one
Yeah.
body point left.
He is
I don't know.
that, but he does have some healing left. So, well, okay. So Jacer, do you want your heroes to go first? The two tanks, barbarian and knight, and then Ribby, do you want to go second, or Hispazargon, do you want to go second?
Hispazargon, I'm gonna roll you for it.
Roll off.
Roll 1d6 here. Oh, is that good or bad? I don't know.
That's a 1. Okay, so he's got to roll higher than you. Go for it.
Yeah. All right.
If it's a tie. Hispazargon, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here, but
Yeah.
I have heard silent. But
Oh.
yes, I'm here.
Yes. Go ahead. Roll a movement die, if you would, please. Ribby challenge you
Yes.
to a roll off. I'm sure you'll get at least a 2.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Hispa,
Okay,
can
just-
you defeat the ribs?
Yes. Sorry. Sorry.
He's just taunting you.
Just one die, but I was knocked because just one die.
Yeah.
1d6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
okay,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had to remember.
So
that.
he'll go second then.
Easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
sorry.
No problem. Okay, so Jacer first, then Hispazargon, and then our friend Ribby at the end. Okay, and
Probably the smart move for the wizard.
and Ribby, you're taking the mercenaries also, or who's taking the mercenaries?
That's a
But I
good
think
question.
Ribby, because he only.
You want me to take them all? Sure.
Yeah, because otherwise you're not going to have as much to do.
Yeah. How many are there? There's one
There's
halberdier.
4.
Yeah.
2 halberders.
2 halberdiers, red
Okay.
and gray, and then a scout who's wounded, because they only have 2 body points, and then the chaos warrior who's got the same stats as a monster chaos warrior, so 3 body points, 4 attack, 4 defend, 7 movement.
Very silvery. Okay.
Very silvery, yes.
Got it.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's begin. So, Jacer, go ahead, roll for your movement. Barbarian. 1. Okay.
Oh wow!
So with
Oh my.
slightly the speed, that's 3. That's enough to get over that pit trap if you want. Or it's enough to kill yourself in it. I'm just saying. Well, so the thing is, what you've discovered is this room with this treasure chest. I just want to tell you, there's this door has not been opened yet. But remember that the goal of this quest is to find the crystal key, which opens the door to the central room with the frozen horror, and then eliminate the frozen horror. Save the world. All in a day's work for a hero.
Have him open the door.
Okay. Well, but you can't reach the door.
Oh,
You only have one movement.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. So
Oh.
you'd be going boom, boom. Boom.
I'm sorry. Where's the? Oh, he's up there. I was looking at the wrong figure.
See, this is why I'm painting them all.
Okay.
And I can display pictures of all the painted figures to go, oh yeah, the guy with the tan, that's the guy, or the guy with the silver pants. No, the guy with the blue pants. Okay. I'll print and send you some character bases to put on the menus. Thank you, Ribby. Thank you.
Yeah. Different colors, man. Whatever you want.
Yeah. Now the thing is, when I printed these guys, this base is just slightly bigger than the others. But yeah, just for the gray ones, that'd be perfect.
Sure.
I definitely featured on the stream.
Okay.
Sweet. That's the thing about this stream. I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna do my own thing, but if you've got a suggestion to improve it, send it my way. I'm not gonna complain. I'll at least give it a shot. All right, so Jacer, what's your thought?
I'll live.
Okay, so you're gonna choose to live. Okay, so the barbarian's not gonna move, and then what about the knight? The knight is.
No, I think he fell in the hole. I got a skull.
Oh, that was your roll.
To jump the pit trap.
Oh, you gotta avoid a skull. Okay, so he fell in and died. Darn it.
Fell in and died.
First
And-
blood. Okay, well, you've got some things. You've got 2 healing 1d6s, and you've also got a +4.
Yeah, through the 1d6.
All right, roll your 1d6. Let's cross off one of those. 5.
5.
Oh, that's respectable. At least it's not a
Yeah.
1.
So the barbarian has scored 5.
Yes.
That's his turn.
There, I'll actually remember to do it both on the character sheet and on the screen. So it's back up to 5. Okay. All right, knight.
12.
Yeah.
Nice
Technically,
roll.
I should say, yeah, I'll let you guys move your full movement when there's no monsters, but yeah, I mean, it's fun to roll a 12, so go for it. Okay.
Does that center connect back, or did we not explore enough of that? Oh no, we haven't even been out that way. I guess
To the north,
2 down,
the way is
1 to the
blocked.
right, and then what was that?
To the north,
That's-
this corridor is blocked with stone, but down here you haven't explored.
All right, I'll open the door then.
So 1, 2, 3. Okay. You've opened the door.
Just let us step out.
Oh. Yeah, they look sweet. Yeah, it's funny. I'm reading your comments, and you're right here. Okay, I'll print and send you some character bases to put in the menus. Not all the new versions. I'll need to model square base versions, but yeah, they look sweet. Shower Man. Oh, I get it, yeah. Okay.